This is an improved version of one of the first optimized builds I ever made. I'm currently playing the original one and it's been a blast, but I've gotten better at this since I made that first one, so for this video I decided to make a version that removes some of the specific flavor and makes it not only more generic but slightly more powerful. So let's hop right in. The concept. The goal with this character is to deal huge damage and roll a lot of dice, making use of both sneak attack and divine smite. We do make some character choices, so we aren't completely useless outside of combat though. For the final level array, I ran Rogue 9 Paladin 11 to further boost damage, but Rogue 11 Paladin 9 for reliable talent would have been great as well, just for a little more out of combat utility. The build. First, use point buy and get your stats to look like this. Then, we'll select Monsters of the Multiverse Bugbear as our race, and with that we'll bump our stats to these to meet all of the multi-class requirements. Background isn't important, so pick whatever you'd like. I'm going to choose Sailor as that fits my character. Our first level is going to be in Rogue, as that gives us better skill proficiencies. With your skills and expertise, just pick whatever matches your character. I'm going with Deception, Persuasion, Intimidation, and Sleight of Hand, as my character is going to be more charisma based. For equipment, just make sure you choose the Rapier, as that's the largest damage die for a finesse weapon. Level 2 and 3 continue into Rogue. Pick Swashbuckler as your subclass to make the most of your high charisma score, and make sure we get sneak attack off almost every time. The boost to our initiative is helpful to get our extra surprise attack damage as a Bugbear too. Level 4, we take our first Paladin level, and we get some fun features. Level 5, go into Paladin again, selecting Dueling as your fighting style, and take whatever spells you like, since most of your slots should be spent on Divine Smite. Level 6, go back into Rogue, and with your ASI, take the Piercer feat. This will bump Dex up to +4, and increase damage output, and with the amount of dice we roll for attacks, there's almost always a low one for us to reroll. Level 7, go into Paladin 3. We select our subclass now, and we're taking an Oath of Vengeance. This gives us the Vow of Enmity, which basically gives us free advantage on a target for a minute. That means a huge damage boost as hitting more, critting more, and guaranteed sneak attack. Level 8 continues Paladin and just boost your dex by 2 to cap it out. Level 9, we're going in Paladin even more to get extra attack and higher level spell slots. Levels 10 and 11 we take in Rogue to get Uncanny Dodge and more expertise, which again, put in whatever makes sense for your character. Level 12, go Paladin 6 to get Aura of Protection, which is a huge boon to you and your party. Level 13, go Paladin again and get the subclass feature Relentless Avenger, which we'll actually use more as a defensive opportunity, because at Paladin 8, we're taking the Sentinel feat. This makes our opportunity attacks scary, as we can get sneak attack and divine smite off an extra time this turn, reduce the creature's speed to 0, and then run 15 feet away from them. Level 15, we go Rogue 7 and get Evasion. Level 16, Rogue 8 and get our final ASI, which I'm just using to bump Charisma up to 16. At level 17, I'm going Paladin 9 for 3rd level spells. Just as before, take whatever ones you want, but mostly save them for smites. Level 18 is Paladin 10 for Aura of Courage. Level 9 is our final rogue level, Panache, which I think is fun but pretty situational. And finally, level 20 gives us Paladin 11 for an extra D8 on every attack. Playing the build. In combat, you should mostly play like a rogue, because our AC and Constitution aren't high enough and we have too many D8s as hit dice to play like a frontliner. However, you don't want to simply run away immediately, as we have Sentinel to hit again, and we want to get that secondary sneak attack as much as possible. However, when you need to get away, I'll try and utilize Relentless Avenger to put distance between you and your enemies. But your job is to show up and be a glass cannon. At level 20, assuming perfect conditions, in one turn, you're dealing 2d8 plus 14 plus 9d6 piercing, and then an additional 10d8 radiant. That averages about 100 damage in one turn. Then, if you get a hit with Sentinel or an opportunity attack and use your final 3rd level slot, you're dealing an additional 1d8 plus 5d6 plus 7 piercing and another 5d8 radiant for an additional 50 damage on average. So in one round, you put out over 150 damage, which will kill the CR21 Lich. Magic items. As always, here's my top magic item from each rarity. Uncommon, the Periaptive Wound Closure. It might just be me, but I go down a lot playing this build, so stabilization would be very nice. Rare, Flame Tongue Rapier. I want to roll more dice each turn. Very rare, +2 studded leather. It's nothing fancy, but it's very good. Legendary, the Blood Fury Tattoo. This not only allows us to get an additional 46 damage, but we can use our reaction to attack back, giving us another option for multiple per round sneak attacks. The character. As always, we need to be able to explain the choices we make when creating a build, so I'm going to give you all the backstory of the character I'm playing right now that I've been alluding to over the course of this video. Our character was a master sailor and the captain of an impressive ship. Their business was to act as nautical bodyguards and protection from piracy. They were good at what they did, but it didn't pay all that well, so eventually the crew mutinied in order to turn into pirates. They ambushed our character, so he swore an oath of vengeance to the god of the sea, vowing to reclaim his ship and give them a fight with the honor of a sailor and the wrath of the storm. Overall, this backstory was a lot of fun to come up with and to play. At least, my DM and I were both huge fans of it. And I think that's all I have to say about this character. Would you have done anything differently? Let me know down below. But until next time, get out there, have fun, and roll some dice.